The Provincial Integration Support Program provides service to BC schools for students with severe multiple disabilities. This website has been developed to help increase the inclusion, participation, and learning for students on completely modified programs. Let's take a walk through the PISP website. Our team members contact the case manager for students who are on the PISP caseload for ongoing support. This team member has phoned her student's case manager to walk through some of the resources on the PISP website. If you are a case manager, you can find your contact's name and email for your district on this page. In the Program Information section, you will find information about the program's philosophy of inclusion, as well as a brochure which you can scan or print. Your district partner can also find information to submit a request for service for a new referral and an on-site visit, as well as requests for follow-up visits. If you have any questions about this, contact the program coordinator listed here. The Video and Tutorial section includes videos of students on modified programs participating and learning in their own way within inclusive school settings. The How-To video section has short 2-minute videos on various practical topics. The Tutorial section has 10-minute YouTube instructional videos that are also offered in a PowerPoint format. In the Strategy section, you will find numerous handouts that can be emailed or printed off for teachers, families, and educational assistants. Samples of IEPs, data collection, inclusive schedules, ideas for using simple voice output, and also switch-related activities are just a few of the resources in this section. The learning modules have been developed to support individual BC teachers or a district or school learning cohort throughout the entire school year. Practical activities are suggested in each module to support modified program planning for students with severe multiple disabilities. These activities can be emailed to the coach identified in each module content section to receive individualized feedback and support. The Assessment module explores ways to gather information that are needed to clearly define what the learning stretch might be for your student within a particular skill area. The IEP module takes this information and helps your team to write clear and measurable learning objectives for your student. BC teachers can receive feedback on these activities from the coach for each module. The Reporting Progress module builds on the activities from the 2 previous modules and assists teams in using their students' data to note progress or change the objectives so that progress is reachable. The Program Planning module takes the students' skills from the IEP and weaves them into a schedule that includes parallel classroom participation that is also meaningful and motivating for the student. The Communication and Social Strategies module looks at improving communication and age-appropriate social interactions, especially for nonverbal students. The last learning module addresses transitions from classroom to classroom, changing schools, and also transitioning to adulthood. Activities are suggested for all of these modules. The In-Service and Training section is where you will find several in-service packages, which you can download to use for a workshop in your district provided by yourself or a PISP team member when visiting your student. You can also find some sample classroom in-service lesson plans. The Participation Kit section illustrates ways for students with severe multiple disabilities to participate in social activities, jobs in the classroom or school, and parallel academic activities. On the left, we see a student using her switch to dry her friend's nails in the Nail Club leisure activity. On the right, we see a student at the far end of the room using a switch with the alternate spinner to select numbers for a math bingo game that her teacher is directing. In the Jobs and Leisure Activities section of the participation kits, you can find ideas for various materials that you can use if you choose to create a kit to use with your student. Here are a few examples of materials for the dog biscuit job. You can also find materials and ideas to create clubs and games to foster social connections and participation for your student. On the left, you can see an adaptation for the Twister game with a switch and the power link. On the right, we have a Mixmaster plugged into the power link and objects to make choices with in a cooking club. These and other ideas are located in the Jobs and Leisure Activities section of the participation kits. In the Academic Parallel Participation section of the participation kits, you will find resources for both elementary and secondary subjects with emphasis on participation without using workbooks or textbooks. Here is an example of some of the materials you might find in one of the subject areas such as drama. You may find some ideas for comments or questions for a drama activity that you could record on your student's voice output device. Also, there are several story theater scripts that have been adapted for input from someone using voice output. In the Academic Participation Kit, you will find ways that students on completely modified programs can participate and work on their skills without using workbooks. Let's take a look at one example of a student using sponges strapped onto her hands to sponge paint a theme-related stencil created with a plastic overhead sheet on the school photocopier. In the equipment section, you will find photos of low-tech equipment that are useful for some students with severe multiple disabilities. Some additional equipment resources are also listed here. The Disability Awareness section has links for various disabilities, syndromes, health impairments, and some other related resources. The Resource section has a variety of resources listed along with website links. BC Ministry of Education outreach programs are listed here along with their mandates and contact information. There are some lists of apps for students with complex needs listed here as well. The Provincial Integration Support Program has district partners in most BC school districts. The networking section is available for PISP district partners and provides information to assist them in their roles and to help them connect with each other. This is an area where districts can also share good ideas with each other under best practice. Teachers and educational assistants need to schedule time to explore these website resources to help plan modified participation for their students. This might occur for a student's assistant when the student is absent, resting, or during a professional day for the school. The resources on this website have been created by the Provincial Integration Support Program in collaboration with BC students and their teams and families. This multidisciplinary educational outreach team is funded by the BC Ministry of Education.